grilled. The only North American hotel on the island is this one. It's a courtyard, it doesn't have a beach, but it has a fantastic facility. And many people uses it to come from other countries and stay over and then make their connections because it's very near to the airport. Fireman department is the left side hand, which is always like this because in Bonaire, thanks God, nothing happens. So they're there doing their job, but we never see them out. Yes, no Bonaire, we live in paradise. Wait, you always see we live in paradise. In the right side hand, you will start seeing a lot of construction. Since we became Holland, a lot of Dutch people is coming to invest on the island. They pay less taxes. Oh my God, he wants to back over it. They pay less taxes, they come with euros. So you will see that most of the architecture is Dutch architecture with Caribbean colors, which is very trendy now on the islands. In the left side hand is our international airport, which is called Flamingo Airport. And this tiny airport receives every week 18 international flights, so no excuses to come back. We have 5 flights coming from Miami per week, 3 from New York, 3 from Houston, and every day we have 2 flights coming from Amsterdam. So imagine the amount of Dutch people that comes every day, comes and goes every day to and from the island. Then here everything is very easy, like in every, in every island. You just get to the airport, you just rent a car, get your car, and then go to the Airbnb or to a hotel. And especially, most of these flights come from the United States because they come with divers. Because Bonaire nowadays is number 2 in the world in shore diving. So if you want to learn how to dive, this is a place to come. The process is 3/4 of the land of the south of the island. Wow, that little car there. Cargill, one of the biggest companies in the United States, they are the owners of the soy company. So for us to be able to make natural sea salt, we need to have the land, the ocean, the sun, and the wind. Bonaire happens to have the 4 elements during the whole year. That's why we have our finest natural sun. Now we don't have much because we had a ship yesterday that stayed 3 days and all the mountains went down. So the process is very simple. The water comes inside the soil company with the gravity of the waves. That occurs at the end of this road. We're not going to see it, but at least you know it. When it's inside, it is distributed into 12 different ponds. Each pond will take 1 year, to evaporate. So in the moment that that pond is evaporated, that water becomes very warm and very dense. And all the little animals, the fishes, the crustaceans that are there, they die. They become microorganisms, and for certain reason they have a pink pigment, and that's why the waters look pink. After 1 year, that water completely evaporates, and then it crystallizes. And when they become crystallizers, it looks beautiful. It looks like diamonds. But then it's time for the harvest. Then they get the bulldozers, they do the harvest, they take the salt to the end to the washing plant. There the salt is washed with seawater. It doesn't dissolve because they're crystals, big crystals of salt. And after it's washed, then they're put into buckets. When the ships come to pick up the salt for it to be exported, the salt is placed in the conveyor belt. Just as it is, we don't pack. It goes in the conveyor belt all the way inside the chips. This salt goes to everywhere in the world. Of course, the biggest crystals go to the United States because the company is American, and mainly is used for, you know, for a lot of chemical processes. Like Clorox is made with salt. And here in Bonaire, we use the salt also. We use it naturally for many things that I'm going to tell you in our next stop, which is called the Salt Pier. When the ships are not here to collect the salt, then divers and snorkelers, they come to this place, which is the most beautiful place to see sea rays, seahorses. I mean, rays is beautiful. When you come to Bonaire, make sure you come here to do some snorkeling because it's just wonderful. So this is our first stop. It's called the Salt Pier. And in the 1800s, the Dutch people started to explore the salt, and this was the first place where they did it. And this was called the Blue Pond. That's why there is a blue ovens. So I got some little bags. If you want to take some salt with you, I will recommend doing it. Let's go. The paints and everything. But after you learn how to speak it, it's actually very beautiful. Yes, it's very harmonious. So, in Bonaire, like in Holland, the education is mandatory and is for free. So the kids, when they're 4 years old, they have to go to the school. And at that time, they learn to speak propiamente, the local language. Afterwards, they go to the primary school and they learn to speak Dutch, because Dutch is the formal language. When they go to secondary school, they learn how to speak English because of the tourism and Spanish. So they graduate with 4 languages fluently. So all the young people in Bonaire, they speak 4 languages. How old? 16, 17. What happens is that we don't have universities. So they go. So we don't have young people on the island, not very much. The only ones that stay on the island are those who cannot afford to go outside. Normally they go to the States, to Canada, to Holland, of course, to Europe, Spain. But some of them, they cannot afford to do it, so they stay on the island. And they go to an institution also paid by the government, which is called Forma. Forma is form. In Forma, they learn all the activities related with the economy of the island. And then we have tour guides, drivers, chefs, cooks, people that learn how to manage hotels, restaurants, service people, and then they are added into the system of production of the island. So it's really very, very nice. And all this is sponsored by the king. So really the guys collected their food and their clothing. And immediately next to it, the slave huts. The white slave huts. We have white and we have yellow ones. Then, imagine the scenario. The slaves were here, fishing, cooking with the trees, hammocks, sleeping on the floor. And if the weather was not so good, then 2 of them will go into the shelter. So they really didn't live here all the time. It was only during the harvest and only if weather conditions were not good. Let's go, so we can see more coral and more of the history.
Yeah, because it'd be easier to get in over there.
And we make other kind of liquors, and we make cactus soup, which is very delicious, interesting flavor, but it's very good. You see there, you know, the island is growing and residential areas are starting to come everywhere. Well, he's very brave to come at this time with the bicycle, but it's okay. It must be somebody experienced. So here on the left is the donkey sanctuary. The donkey sanctuary nowadays has become a kind of commercial. So you can go in, you pay a fee, you give them food, and you can actually adopt a donkey. You adopt a donkey, so you know it's just giving money to maintain that donkey, and then you put the name to the donkey, and every month you have to ask how the donkey is doing. It's so funny, but it's good. People like those things. Bonaire mainly, the concept of Bonaire is mainly about nature. We need to protect our nature because that's the reason why people come. Not only under the water, but also above the water. So that's why every species of the island is protected. Well, except for the donkeys. But for the rest, everything else is protected. And then you can notice that there is a lot of land that still, can be constructed. But the king, he came recently home in the month of March. The king comes every other year. So he came in March and he saw how the island has been evolved, and then he stated that when we come up to 30,000 inhabitants, then the control will start. Because then everything will be destroyed and then we will not have more people to come to appreciate our nature. Evidence of a donkey. So the donkey has to be around. This cactus is called the yapo. Look at the fruit. That red little fruit there, that's the fruit of the cactus. Of course, very difficult to eat. But if you can get it, try it because it's fantastic. It's so sweet and so full of vitamin C. So the new owner changed the concept, and this is a hotel especially for windsurfers. It has 30 rooms, and it has like the rooms in the corners. You have your board and then your thing, and you just go outside and inside the water immediately. It's just fascinating. And around the bay, we have 3 different schools for windsurfing. And the schools are run by our champions. We have 6 worldwide international champions born in Bonaire. So we're good. They just came back from Japan last week and they came with the gold medal also. So they're good, they're good. Well, these little guys, they're born with the board, windsurfing. So we're gonna go around the bay and we're gonna do a little stuff here for 15 minutes and you where the flamingos like to stay. If they're there, I hope so. This morning they were there. Well, this morning no, they a little bit later because in the trip everybody came out a little bit late, no?
Yes.
Yes, I noticed that, which is fine because we also have fun. We also need some time to socialize with our work colleagues.
I think our ship is mainly the older generation.
That's why the gentleman told me.
No doubt.
Average age is 65 or so. There's some up there on the right.
Yeah, I see flamingos. Yeah, there's one there.
There is one here. There are more. Beautiful.
There's some birds.
in the back. You see? Look at the back there, the back in here. So
The
this
goats
is
are running off over there.
yes, the favorite food of the island, the goat.
The goat.
So these are okay. In the right side hand, you see exactly the female and the male. The female is the pale one, the one in the right, and the bright one is the male. Yes, yes. Well, you know, in animal world, it's like that. The,
It
the,
is,
the,
always.
the male is the male, which doesn't happen with us.
The goats up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look out there.
How beautiful.
right, yeah.
Look how bright. Wow. But all the time eating. Just do there with the goats. Our goats, well, in this area they have farms and then they set the goats free so they can go, look, they can go and eat here, eat there, and then like around 5 o'clock they go back to the farm. You can notice that they don't have any fine and race, no? They all look different. It's not like when you go to the States and you see that all the cows look the same, all the goats, the sheep look the same. But here, they're all different.
He's like, what's going on?
Look.
There's watermelon out there.
Oh, there sure is watermelon out there.
Ah, that's why. Oh, ay, ay. Oh, ay, ay.
They're going for
Oh,
it.
ay,
Yeah,
ay.
they are. I'm hungry.
So goat is the favorite food of the island.
Bonaire. No port is complete without the trinket shopping. And they got plenty of it. This is just one little section. They probably got a mile of it. As you can see, Kathy's in her element. Very beautiful place though. We just took a tour around the island. Very beautiful. Hope I captured really good video. Saw all kinds of stuff. Saw donkeys and seen goats, flamingos, all kinds of stuff.